Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. October 13th, 2022. October 13th, 2022. Salon people, let's keep we head high. Let's keep we head up. Let's focus. Let's get a determined mind. Let's ensure, say, whatever we do this time around, for 60 years, we complain. Hey, after independence, that's so with democracy, not mature yet. The only way we go mature, now when we get there, we ready for building institutions that will for make we get there. But when I listen today, of course, we bring on Hon Kargbo. We can't discuss this APC saga again with this Bomner guy where you see gonna, I don't know how possible get him say Bomner, whatever the name is. But anyways, that name. It's sad. They can't name the say they carry problem. As you hear the name, you don't say a problem DBM. But anyways, you see.
Well, if a person will say, it means back. Lots of teams want that one day. So they say we need for check.
Hey, well, I know now Kashi, I know Kashi Bomner Pantimini. I know I'm talking bomb heavy. That's so fine. But anyways. All right. But these are serious issues, them guys. And also, okay, fair way for let people able for smile and laugh small because some of them I don't tell and never forget a small smile. But you see, these are issues that will not make light of that my name or respecting him, by the way. It's just, like a cash box kiss here, we don't limba people there, we don't create tell us, so they call lawyer for now joke back again, joke, not to see your stock. They create limba, they left, they lock all limba, they left the land, then go, they create, they can't take land. But we don't say that joke, not to talk, na paribolomo. All right, some people, like I was saying, they bring on Hon Kargbo. And whilst they come ready for bring on Hon Kargbo now, there is pertinent issue we need for be discussed with sisters and brothers. They're waiting at the Middle East. You talk about now Dubai, Kuwait, Oman, Jordan, all the side and they across the Middle East. Then they suffer and they go through pains. I do a video the other day on my Facebook page. I'll try to share on Facebook and this there on WhatsApp. Sorry, let me for Siam. Where a story of some of them young ladies where they come out, Guinea Conakry particularly, so then target them, then do a live documentary on them. Some of the ladies in the story where they go through. Go to my Facebook page and I go see the People's Liberation Movement. It did I don't take time now for explain all that. But then they go through some kind of situation that where mortal man not desire for go through. The sad thing come record in cash box. Back in the days of the slavery there in the 1860s, now the leader them within the community them, where they not like certain tribes or certain community, now they go catch them people and they capture them and they can sell it to the witch man them. But now these days, what FIBA like, in as much as yes, we still get an element of that day, but willingly that we brother and sister in the left with country for go seek greener pasture now the Middle East. Because some of them now they reach in Niger, they reach in Libya, now they go sell them. They take them, they sell them, they use them. Woman, they rape them, 5-6 months, they sleep with them, all that in a day. So that is very serious. And then woman and they with sister and brother them, we go for bring them come. Hopefully, so then tomorrow we'll go bring them come. Let SFK explain their own story. But again and again, within the society in Sierra Leone, we don't say people, then you read and thing there, you go see, we don't talk. But man, they still say when they left, we go. We go now, we no more from Mother Bio and Tiff man them. Una dinner that country, una be in Sierra Leone. You better off like your country than they go treat you anyhow na other man country. You better off like your country. People don't go talk for you, will fight for you inside alone. Where he said and do this position and do that position. So you're better off now stand up for protect your country and defend that with constitution and defend with democracy. If everybody run away left that country,
somebody go say, well, Ibrahim, you don't understand because they don't actually see ahead of, they don't see whose side they go, and then they see the slavery, even their own country where they are born. They kind of like the slavery thing where they go on with them. Maybe they can just be like, let me go to a chance.
That's a fact.
Trust me, yes, it's possible say because we they tell them, but they go just be saying, let me go to guy before because of the way where the country day.
Kashi, that's a good point.
No, be very honest. What in the government do, brother and sisters at Salon, maybe even worse than what they do in the Middle East. Now, based on nobody, no one can sit on the access to all this.
Yeah.
Because also the entity, no one can even in America or UK if it thinks treat us alone. To be very honest with you. But what you say, government they kill people them. Brutally they extradite and kill people them because they protest. Hold people and go lock them. They beat people and they go, so the thing now more than this slavery, both in and out of a country. But then they go be topic tomorrow. No one can understand. Say the way how the politicians, this SFP government, they amount people left alone, Ibrahim. What they have even during the war, they put it on left salon, even during the war, put it on left, put it on desperate, within this 4 years from 2018 to now. Because job no day.
And comrade, that is why I want to take this opportunity for say, in as much as yes, then it violates the human rights they inside Sierra Leone, but in the country of Bath, they are better off still than one Arab man. They go make them go use the other they want for use them, rape the other one for rape them. Now other man land. I think let we put on to our sisters and brothers. They say, "Una stay." You're better off in the country, but we'll discuss that like I will say. For now.
I understand they're better off in Salon, but when they go to reach there, then they say in hindsight, I wish I could have stayed.
Right.
Where for men then at the situation right there where they go through pain, they will just be like, now life na chance.
Yes.
Just go try.
Go try.
Now so they go say. Now only when they go to reach there, they will say, oh no, I've made the biggest mistake of my life.
Absolutely, and a lot of them not come back. Some supposed to not get second chance for come back and say, I wish I not be doing. So, comrade, I don't know if Honorable Kargbo is ready now, but before I bring in Honorable Kargbo and comrade, 1 second now, yesterday I get some video myself, I not edit it where I do late night yesterday, where I go over former President Nkrumah, we want to go adopt the constitution of the APC, the speech where he give, where there were certain areas where they talk about the fact, say, me, I don't tire, I want go. Where the crowd begin for.
You shared it, right? Because I listened to it, or was it just to ourselves?
I don't know, Kashi. Oh, okay. Oh boy, okay.
Okay, carry on anyway.
All right, well, that's good. Honorable mute. But yeah, so honorable, they bring you just now. So I just want to give background. Former President Nkrumah, they talk say, I don't tire, I want go. If you say you don't want me again, we go to the convention, now go pick with new executive. That was the hopes. Now the open the way people of the APC party beget. And then you read the people they are like, no go. And then I said to the same APC people, you see, comrade, when you talk about the fickle-mindedness, right? The memory span, I short salon people them. Now the same people in this now see them, they go and sing for Alfred Peter Conte. Can I wait? Within that short period of time, then don't forget the same former President Nkrumah say no go pa, go then go on and you also then go on meeting there. The party I'm going to go around tire. I don't know if get a private life. Kashi, I think what I sent to like a 6 minutes cut, I believe so. Now the group here now. But anyways, some people, these are the problems what we get. And then we see now Alfred Peter Conte come America and form a coup within the APC. Then they use the judiciary, the court come go hand over the party to the leader of the opposition in parliament. You see how they then choreograph this one thing, they structure them, for take away the voices of the people. Some people But you see now, this boomle guy, they go whatever fracas they get like the APC as a political party. Now we see them do worse than the SLPP. Can they to APC all para the SLPP political party? Now that guy in the locker inside motoka. I sabi the name now. But only thing the name we happen within the SLPP, it happen after the APC party. But these guys use the judiciary. They use a fraud system, unconstitutional system for take away the executive of the political party that the people voted for. Comrade, go ahead and come on in. Let's bring in on Abu Kargbo. Actually, let Kashi flow small. Comrade, let Kashi flow. Then you check now. Then you bring in on Abu Kargbo. Oh, okay. Got you, comrade.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. There's like me and Honorable when are APC members. We know exactly what in the APC party stands for. In history, APC party will not ever get a side where we say we go to court, go drive or leaders they will elect. One thing you always make clear, and Honorable will be a witness, the 1995 constitution will be used, it is legal because now used from 1996 up to 2018. And inside the constitution, we get election and selection. None of the way say it be illegal, all be legal. So because of people let me know the bad heart, because if you say maybe Alex Kuma always said this example, say we choose Samura Kamara and choose them, say this flag by this running mates, they feel aggrieved and begin say the constitution you will win election 2007, win election 2012. They say it not be legal. Now we can say not to be the constitution, just political. We don't see now what's happen, the worst of it don't happen. We don't see the same whole executive put them they cry. They say they do something, they not become dictators. What do you think they're going to do? And as Kumar not do in 20 years, nobody not do in past 20 years for imposing them. If we all see any organization, especially political organization, the Secretary General, that in demand the affairs of the party. We don't see time in, time out, the chairman, the right to young press list, the one called the police secretary, right press list in the history, let it to which political party who will see one day police secretary, the right press list, they debunk the Secretary General. But we don't see from where they go court, they use the court to let them muscle APC. The government used the court for most to APC, and the court consistently they try for most to the political party. Although waiting that for the past 6 months because they passed that ruling, Honorable will be a witness. As a me, can they ever obey affected content because what will be fight for? Now in the capital for we. Now we don't see these 2 days. They don't go talk na SLBC, don't talk in rubbish because for that it's a real membership who don't pay to the party who carry yourself. They say all not legal. They want to create the UABC. Me not say they not be ready for following election, but as God have it, the honorable when one of the posts always talk say he want insult. He don't go yesterday. Briefly clarify certain things now SLBC. But also, not been get enough time to decide for which amount this money say. But like I've explained, we'll get better understanding, Ibrahim, about what's in the happy within the political party.
Absolutely.
In as much as in the Secretary General, we will explain to we don't know exactly what's in the happy, what's in the APC stance.
Absolutely. And Honorable, we'll get 253 days left to election. To that point, go ahead, Brad.
Yes. I don't join on.
Yes, sir. Come on in.
Go ahead.
Yes. Firstly, I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And basically, with people that don't be misinformed very, very largely on waiting at the APC ruling. In fact, waiting at the process, now that before the party go into lower level elections, they need for gazette twice. The first gazette, na 30 days. After the 30 days gazette of the rules then are the law where they guide we, they do with lower level elections. Nine are the rules. The law where they guide we. Nine are the rules. So the first thing that we need for gazette and for 30 days. After the 30 days, would I object? Would I get anything the way not like? Would I get anything the way feel say not good for them? It is right to PPRC and object. It tell PPRC why make it not good for them and waiting in your bone of contention na the rules. Then after that, we dey also look only one that we object. PPRC they give them. They give you waiting at the objection, they give you the name, they give you everything. And we also they reply to the objection. We they reply to the objection, waiting they say, waiting they not say, waiting our own feeling to waiting they say, we they reply to them. So waiting we will get now this very
Honorable, just quickly, did you say after the 30 days where the thing not be gazetted now, somebody can able to write and object, or before the expiry of the 30 days?
During the course of the 30 days, person can object. But after the 30 days, now they forward the objections then to we, for we will reply. Yes. Okay. Now, how much people object to the rules them we APC has? We get 9 people that we object. The first person of Msg Oct where they 74 Mundo Penny Street na Kankoro Kwedu City. Now the first person we send objection at PPRC. The second person na Patrick S. Conte where they Conte you drive McKinney. The third person na Sulaiman Bundu where they 3 Farah Lane Mount OL Freetown. Then the fourth person na Dauda Tombo Bangura where they 17 Vicent Drive Marama Lomley Freetown. The fifth person na Abubakar Bundu where the USA chapter. Then the sixth person na Almami Cole Sinturi. Honorable Almami Cole Sinturi. Then the 7th person na Idris Ature where the number 6 Aisatu Drive Waterloo. The 8th person na Mohammed Ali Mansare where the 4P consider Lane Calabar Town, Freetown. Then the 9th person na Honorable Abu S.A.T. Koroma where the 9 Falcom Street PC. Now they object.
Thank you, Honorable. Not just before you go further, let people understand. Say you call the name and address because it's a publicly available information. Then they gazette them, public information. So not to and I hide. Hey, they call the address. They call the address. Now it is a public document, and that's why they address it. Thank you. Go ahead, Honorable. Proceed from there.
Yes. Waiting. Francis Kargbo say. Francis Kargbo in been say. They don't disenfranchise in people them where they right for let them be party members then. He said during the election of them 5 delegates them and then 20 delegates them, each from the Women's Congress, the National Youth Congress League, and also the one them will form the National Delegate Conference where been go approve the constitution na McKinney and the 2022 APC constitution. He said during that 10 day, in the argue, say they're not legal. They're not legal. You know, they're not to carrying members them of the party, and they arbitrarily denying the right them for vote and for be voted for. He said during the term of the elections then they, he said but people and they where they've been deprived. He said and then they've not been good. He said because then have been supporters them. He said the one them when are the dissolved executive party members them now then do so. He also said he raised issue with the unprocessed membership application card them. He said them in don't send plenty membership application card them where the outgone Secretary General not processed at all. He said therefore he beg say the membership register them for clean them before the lower level begin. That's now waiting Francis Kargbo say. He said them deprive some of the people let them not register. He said on the membership register with the party right now them for clean them. And Patrick, you contact, you know where they McKinney he say they question the legitimacy of the membership of certain individuals then now the ITPC. He said because then are older of offices them now the former party executive. He said the old offices them. He said so they argue out the legitimacy. He said they're not legitimate because the court don't cancel all the one them way been the previous executive members. He said so they're not legitimate for them at the committee because they're not the executive members them of the previous executives. Like for example, them call Aaron Aruna Koma, we have been the youth representative, Natonkolili district, Honorable Lai Mara, we have been deputy chairman, Honorable Hon Kargbo, we have been member of, in fact, all the members of parliament, them, according to the constitution of APC, they are definitely constituency executive members. So they were part of the former executive. So they say they not qualify for the ITGC. Then also they say we forget police clearance for any aspirant where they contest for the law. Suleiman Bundu, yes, when they get me. When they get me.
Yeah, but go over that side. Go over that side. So you talk about police clearance because you see the guy and they choreograph with the government and they plan everything with the government for go after the people yes. For say you get forget police clearance. Yes. So who they want him for be able for participate? Now they make it participate. Who they want them put police case fire? But go ahead, Honorable. Hey God.
The network law just push that up.
Yes, no, I call them the counter.
Okay.
Yes, then it go help if you join me at the same number.
Yeah, I was just going to say if we can use another, if we possible, we use another number.
Yeah, because this number is an hotline.
Comrade, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Then.
Comrade, you get in any other number?
Yes. Then. Suleiman Bundu, he objects to the Article 33A of the rules, where say outgoing executive them for the various constituency, district, region, they all for vote now their own convention. Like for example, the outside everybody they vote. Now only the ward election, now everybody they vote. After the ward election, the one that will win the ward election, and then they vote now the constituency election. And the constitution say they and the outgone executive of the constituency, now then they vote. But if say the outgone executive not for vote now the constituency election, they say because they're not being rightly they've been don't dissolve them by the judge, and they're not being rightly constitute them, they're not vote them. He said, therefore, they're not for vote na the lower level elections. Dauda Tombo, he object. Firstly, he object to Article 79 of the rule. Wetin Article 79 say? He say, na the convention we for vote for flag bearer and presidential candidate na for the June 24, 2023 presidential election. In your argument now that the judge say the flag bearer, he say the first national delegate conference now in the ITGC in time they expire. So he said because the judge said the first national delegate conference, that means another second national delegate conference for day. So if another second national delegate conference for day, that means they're not for pick flag bearer at the first national delegate conference, that the one we the also, we forget another one after the one we get forget, follow we pick the flag bearer.
Some man old line they dig so small. Anyway, carry on.
He also say
Honorable, you don't need for comment someone. I mean your opinion now one day. You don't need for talk that side.
Yeah, because I'm a neutral person.
Exactly.
So he also say Article 1(3) of the rules, we say na only fully a registered paid up member for continuous period of 1 year will be eligible for vote na the ward election. He say it dey at variance with Article 36D of the party constitution. And finally, he object to 1(3) of the rules. He say they're not for countenance. He recommends say an alternative temporary membership card. That then for cancel everybody in membership card. Then for make temporary membership card for everybody within at the party. And then go pay them backlog and subscription for 1 year. So that everybody within at the party will get new membership card we then go use for votes during the course of the election. We get Honorable Ambassador Reverend Almami Coltrane Fise. He objects to Article 11(2) of the rules. He say that the candidature fee is high. Then he say also that the fee they're very extraordinary. He said they're exorbitant, they're very high and unreasonable. So therefore, it contravene Section 6(2) of the 1991 Constitution. He say it go discriminate some man they let them not participate in the flag bearer election because the fees for the flag bearer is high. He also say the fee also they conflict with the party in constitution. We say they not to the NAC prescribe the fee or the National Delegates Conference. Then also Abubakar Bundu, he objects to Article 5(4) of the Gazette Rule. He said the outgoing diaspora branch executive to be part of the delegates where they vote for the diaspora branch. He said they're not for allow the outgoing executive members then at the diaspora, let them vote. He said they're not for vote. He said because then they will discriminate them. He said because according to him, diaspora district convention it not only apply to the in-country district convention, it also maintains it's difficult for ascertain the diaspora branch executive them. So as a way, he said they get too many executive positions there. So he asks let them pull and say all now we don't hold position. Now the diaspora, former executive, they're not for vote. That's now Abubakar Bundu. Then Idris Ature, he say he object to the outgoing constituency, district and regional chairman there. He say they not for get delegate status for vote na the respective convention them. So meaning we for expunge Article 2(3)(a), Article 3(3)(a), Article 4(4)(a) na the proposed route. That means we for pull and say the outgoing executive not for vote na the respective convention them. He also objects to the membership of the Young Congress, National Young Congress. He said let in the membership not be a requirement for let person vote na the respective conventions of the Young Congress. So he said therefore pull Article 16F, Article 26F, Article 36F, Article 47F, Article 58F. He recommends a newly executive committee then before change them as delegates in the respective convention. He said the newly executive committee now therefore be the delegate them now the convention. not to the one that we been did it for the delegate them. He also raised bone of contention with the fees them, where them put for the various positions them. Mohammed Ali Mansari, he also objects. He called on the commission for let them publish the register of the party and let them submit where Payans and them submit to PPRC. He said let them publish them, the one where they use for Go McKinney. He also joined for call for the removal for the outgoing constituency, district and regional executive as voting delegates them. He said let them pull the let them not vote now then convention them. He said then all party officials then for declare them, where they declare illegitimate by the court. He said then for pull the let them not participate in the lower level election. He said and the National Delegates Conference, only one the way the court don't say they're not eligible, he said they're not for participate. And also, he said in the events we get disparity and differences in the membership database. He recommends say the membership register them for cancel them. Then we form new register for the entire party. So the current all who that don't register, all who that in named at the party as register member then for cancel the all. Then the party form new register. Then he also say Abu Eseti Koroma say he say at the hearing he realized say there no be object in concern them where it be addressed to the chairman of the ITGC, not to the commission it be addressed and to. He say also therefore resolve that in concern them be discard them. He say and they already don't be addressed by the ITGC. So Abu Eseti, Honorable Abu Eseti Koroma Mindisi, in concern them always he send not to PPRC Senam. He say not to the ITGC na be Senam. He agree say the ITGC be not addressing concern them. He say so therefore pull them as part of the kingdom way they with the PPRC. So the one they always object to the rules them, now then they then see. And waiting PPRC do. PPRC asks the party for let the party react to the rules them. So waiting the party do. The party call meeting. And the meeting where the party been called, where the ITGC been called, the peace facilitators they've been there, the big six they've been there, we get other key stakeholders they've been there, then they invite everybody in at the ITGC for the day. The chairman of the ITGC and few members them from EU side, they decide for absent at the meeting for 3 times where they call the meeting, 3 consecutive times where they call the meeting. Then they attend the meeting, then they absent at the meeting. So and time in there against we for make sure say we get we lower level election. Time in on the B3, time in there against we bad one for the lower level election. So waiting then do now that we say one person not for stop the progress of the party. So the big six, the peace facilitators, and majority of members of the 21-man committee agree say, let we carry on with the rules then. Let we look at them and let we give a response to them. So we look at them, the big six majority that we get, even some members were nominated by Alfred Peter Conte. They've been there at that meeting. They also we look at the rules then we send the reply to PPRC. When we send the reply to PPRC sent to we back say, do ya? Then they agree, then call me to meeting. Then say, do ya? Then once let we all do them as a committee. So let we all come back as a committee. So we can do them so that the rules then will be reflective of what the committee wish. So we get a meeting where Alfred Peter Conte been there, everybody been there, big six been there. We look at the same rules them back. We look at the same rules them back, we look at them and we reach the final resolution. Time for sign them now, Alfred Peter Conte say, they sign them. Regardless of the fact, say, it been there at the meeting, what we can look at back. So then gear, he said, let the left hand gear. Where the left hand gear, it changed all waiting women don't agree as a committee. It changed all waiting. The right in your own, when I individually write up, where we not be even in the waiting the inside it. Now he go left na PPRC. So when he go left na PPRC say, well, because of the confusion, where this they go left, this they go left, then they accept the first one me don't go left me, and then they accept also the one way Alfred Peter Conte go left me. So then look at the party in response for all the things that way we go left me. So waiting can be the party in response. Waiting and do for each of the one the way object. Alfred Peter Conte in your response today, then me, the one where I'm in go left when at the committee in response, he also did. So we look at the responses then from Alfred Peter Conte from all. For Francis Kebondo, where they say the party in register, no okay. Me your response to them, now that I tell her say the ITGC don't invite query from the public that if you know say you mean don't pay and they not been process your party card because of one reason or the other, can with the receipt where you go pay, then can with the evidence say you mean don't pay, with the processor, we they make sure say we sort them out before the lower level begin. Then I be me your reply. He say in the object all the card them where the party get. He say because the card they all get issues. He say because out of 5 objectors, out of 9 objectors, 5 don't raise concern on the card them. So he as the chairman, they say some people and they will conduct registrations the way not legal. So he as the chairman, he publicly declare say the database is corrupt. That APC not get any database of any register member. So then for do open primaries now outside you name Amadou Koita can vote, you na APC person can vote. You name Cashbox, you na APC person can vote. So now so the chairman say them for do am. That no card not for day, nothing not for day. Nobody not for waiting self, no database not for the. Where you can anybody will come. Once they say this person na APC, let the person vote. Now that the Alfred Peter Conte suggest, yeah, okay. So the committee. Now that he suggests to the committee. Then we also not stop there. He asked let the PPRC the Foreign Secretary General let her explain within the outstanding membership card there. And as Peter Conte also been suggested, let them do an emergency registration for every APC person. That means if you mean don't get your party card, if for cancel them, then they for call everybody when at APC, let them all go register new fresh so that they will get emergency card. Now that they have Peter Conte suggest by the objection we Francis Bondo me make.
That the one we don't get now. All man can come. I like we don't get you the party can come.
All man.
Okay.
All man can come, they can do new fresh registration.
Okay.
So that we all now they be the same people then, the same time now we all come. Nobody no come before in company. Nobody no come after in company.
That APC is a new party. That APC is a new party, not old party.
Yes. Then Patrick S. Conte in objection. The chairman say certain members them of the ITGC party, of the ITGC of the APC, he say women don't left mandate to PPRC for let PPRC handle them, whether they qualify or whether they not qualify for the ITGC. He say women don't reply to them and women don't left. He say and also the ITGC for follow the past precedent on the background check. He say them for also concede say the objection against using the National Young Congress card as additional criteria for vying for UA1 contest for young leader position. He say for various positions, he say them for cancel them. They not forever allow them. Then your response one go left on behalf of the committee. We say the issue of legitimacy of the members of the ITGC, women don't deal with a long term. And women don't take unanimous decision and women don't communicate with PPRC in writing. And also, I tell and say the issuance of emergency ID card for the purpose of the lower level election. I tell and say it contravene Article 36D, it contravene Article 54G, it contravene Article 55C, D, E, and F of the party in 2022 Constitution. They are also tell us say all membership issue will require for be resolved under Article 10. Because if you look now, Justice Fisher a ruling, it tell we under paragraph 90.10.6, it say we for deal with two different kinds of categories of unresolved membership. One and they when Article 10 then fall under. Who's one then fall under Article 10? Now the one then where one can be member of the party, will not ever be member of the party. Like for example, the one where Patrick Bondo raised, we say them in don't pay for cards for some members then. We say them in don't pay for some cards for some members then, and then not mean and then card then they. It fall under Article 10 because now new enrollment and a new register. And the judgment that we say all will fall under Article 10. We for deal with them before the National Delegate Conference. That means if you don't begin the processes, we for ensure say we done the processes before the National Delegate Conference. But the judge also say the one then they will fall under Article 13 F and G. That's now you where them in don't expel, you where them in don't suspend, you where been don't left the party, you where been don't forfeit your membership, you where been don't come out na the party. For let you come back, no other group of persons not get the right or organ of the party not get the right for admit you back.
Thank you.
The judge even refer to Article 13 F and G, where tell we say now only the National Delegate Conference now get right for admit you back na the party.
Thank you.
So in the case of readmission, for the one that women don't left the party now, only the National Delegate Conference now get right for do readmission. And remember say some people like Alfred Peter Conte been take this party in a court because in feel say some people then go against certain clauses of the Constitution. So it take them a court, it win the case because they go against the Constitution. So if the ITGC also go against the Constitution of this party, where clearly states say the admission for be done by the National Delegate Conference, anybody in the party get right back for going with the ITGC in a court and the party in a court. And now they go make we not get flag bearer, we not get National Delegate Conference, the stipulated time where we dey work towards. Suleiman Bunduwuri, in objection, me say I object against the inclusion of the outgoing executive. I say the Constitution also say that the outgoing executive in Article 34B they get right for participate in the convention. So me tell and say no, the outgoing executive therefore allow them for vote in the various convention. The chairman, he say that now for Peter Conte, he say the outgoing executive they're not for vote. They're not for allow them for vote. Then also yes. They're not for allow them for vote.
This guy, the guy, yeah.
I guess
he really
I swear.
Then now that Tombo Bangura, the chairman talks say the National Delegate Conference now part of the mandate of the ITGC. So he said that the ITGC for do the flag bearer election because it then Article 17D and Article 47I of the party constitution. He said the ITGC for ensure say then do background check before ever then they allow person for contest and for pay the candidature fee for the flag bearer elections. So the chairman in the say for anybody who for go stand for flag bearer election, you forget police clearance. If you not get police clearance, they're not for allow us to contest now the flag bearer election. The me talk say we for maintain. We for suggest say on the deletion of Article 7.9 of the rules.
Oh, patient out.
Ibrahim, I mean,
yes, now the
Yeah, Honorable, they get you. Again, sorry, Ibrahim, you remember that video where the almighty Alfred Peter Conte in inverted comma, by the way, guys, where he talks, say, anybody will get case, not for stand for the flag bearer.
Has a case.
Yes, the guy has a case. The guy has a case. So you remember that? You remember that?
Who is this guy?
Anyway, carry on, Honorable. Carry on.
Yes. We say them for review the candidature fee also. And they say the requirement for the rules for aspiration now for drawn from the constitution. And the ITGC not go do anything where they against the constitution. Then for Honorable Ambassador Reverend Colton to make no objection. Me as the secretary, I say on behalf of the committee, I say the party don't accept for review the candidature fee. Because one thing we've been saying now that the fee they high, then for reviewer. Then also the chairman also accepted them for reviewer. Idris Ature in your objection, the chairman raised issue in the objection, he say, and then we don't deal with them. Then me also say the outgoing executive for serve as delegate is a part of the constitution. And we not do anything where we part of the constitution, we not go against them. So now be my own objection than this. Then Mohammed Ali, we say them for publish the membership register. Then me as the secretary, I tell and clearly say the register we then submit to PPRC is they outside the content of the published rules, meaning the register not be part of the rules then. And we say any exclusion of the outgone and injuncted executives from participating in the election, both delegates and as candidates, is against the spirit and the intent of paragraph 1 to 10. Because he said therefore make the outgone executive that the one them way they don't go, all the constituency executive, all the district executive, the former, all the regional executive, the national executive, he said none of them not for stand for anything again at the party. He said none of them, yes, he said none of them not for go against for anything, then none of them not for even be delegate again at the party. So me tell and say it is against the spirit and against the intent of paragraph 19 from 1 to 6 of the judgment. And he also did against article 29B, 32B, 34B of the APC 2022 election. So
I mean, again, these comments, you're not supposed to say anything. It's boy and Senebi don't left office game, and Escoma don't left office game. So it just feels enough for even coming again now in total control. This is utter disrespect and weakness. You're not supposed to say anything, Honorable. But it's for me, it's a complete weakness, and this is what we've been saying. This decision should never have been allowed to kind of like stand in the way of the APC party at all. Sorry, carry on, please.
So they be accepted, being the chairman, they accept yes, the register of the party is not credible, and they're not forever use the register of the party for this election, this year level, then for cancel the register of the party, and then for ensure say, they use other register. Then the time we get new fresh register, within the use.
So Honorable, yes, sorry for cutting. This register is not the same credible. Like this same register, I this man right for Kyogo court. This same register we in a party member. Because if you not be part of that register, you not probably ever take a court say in an APC post again the party in a court for that is we not agree with. So what that means even the court we can go, the court not credible because if this register we they condemn say what him Pasare be not the same for over the years, what him Victor himself over the years, say not credible, meaning himself in your membership not credible, Honorable.
Then PPRC can give the young final ruling to all the objections then we give. All the objections then where the PPRC can give the young ruling. Within a PPRC give ruling on 7 things then. 1, now the eligibility of 30 members of the 21-man committee. whether them for them at the 21-man committee or they're not for them at the committee. For example, a member of parliament automatically will have been part of the previous executive, and them in the content say anybody who don't know that previous executive day enough for them at the 21-man committee. So waiting PPIC say that issue day the committee may don't deal with them, and we may not go left the letter what we write relating to that issue day na PPIC. And PPIC also say that issue they not a part of the rules them. The rules them now waiting we go left na the document now them we for look at. So we not get right, then they're not even countenance this objection because another part of the rules them where we send. So they're not the countenance them. Then Dauda Tombo Bangura. Dauda Tombo Honorable Dauda Tombo Bangura. We say because PPIC say or the ruling Justice Fisher said first national delegates conference, it means say then get other national delegates conference when at the second one, when are they then for go do the flag bearer election. PPIC tell and say if in they talk about second national delegates conference, anybody else get right for say there will be a third national delegates conference. So PPIC say no. He said the first national delegates conference with them in the refer to the introduction of the constitution.
Thank you.
So PPIC agree say this first national delegates conference so they go, we can pick with flag bearer day. Then the credibility of the party membership, the register, the credibility of the register. Waiting now the register. PPIC say the party be submit to them in last year before we go adopt the constitution. Mama Kenny, the party be submit to them a register of 841 people. Now the party, but Payansanebi say then tell them they even tell PPIC say not to the total number of registered members than Dandy. He said then still mean they compile the list of registered members. But people actually been say they need the list urgently. So he said he give them the 841 members. But he proved to them say even the one that will attend the convention at McKinney, we are more than 841. We should say the register at that time day for be more than 841. But they're not been done for compile them at the time where PPIC asks for the party in register. So PPIC say from that 10 day to now where Payansanemi they hand over to the IPGC, he said the register come up to 63,000 members then. He said 63,000 members then. So PPIC say we for make sure say we verify that membership card day, that membership the day where they now that very
Honorable, firstly, I ask questions specifically to that, but firstly, somebody I think they're talking at your background. I don't know who side you there anyway. But the question where I will ask very quickly on that, because people let me they talk say, oh, look, Sanabi kind of like go submit a dodgy like a number to PPIC, and now like what we can find out now 63,000. He says so it was dodgy. However, I just want to make you, because you make one comment where you say PPICB need the file urgently, so as a result, Payansanego give them the 800 members, but the 800 odd numbers, and then it tells them say we not this not on the complete list, with a compile them. But so why then people and they play with them, and then why PPIC confirm and say Payansanego tell them so, say them be still a compile them, because if PPIC confirm and Payansanego tell them so, then there isn't any question for Payansanego to answer.
Well, PPIC not been comment on waiting Payansanego say.
Okay.
But waiting and say now that the 63,000 means them we Paransane submit to the ITGC.
Yeah.
We for verify them.
Right. Okay.
Then PPRC give directive to the party.
So where did you get was it Paransane and I talk say where it be go hand over the 800 and something list? It be tell PPRC? Okay, so the Paransane tell you so okay. Thank you.
Yes. No, it talk am na a meeting, not to me tell.
Okay,
na
okay, thank you. Right.
And
okay.
we also say now for that make the number of delegates them we go McKinney them more than 841. That time we far exceed 841.
Absolutely.
According to written times.
Yeah.
Now people actually directive to the party. People actually say one. He say the ITGC we get the mandate for keep the party going based on the court's ruling. He say in the direct now we for conduct membership registration throughout the country. He say and how we for conduct this membership registration. He tell me the guidelines that we for follow. He say one. He say because of the problem where he did. He say and because of the confusion where they now the appointment them now the party and the confusion within the party. He say both the interim chairman and he say both the interim chairman. He said the chairman the way Alfred Peter Conte appoint. Then district chairman the way he appoint. He said there and the outgoing executive na the party. He said they all know they take part na the registration.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning not that they conduct the registration. So if you not being outgoing executive member or you na interim chairman where Alfred Peter Conte in one great appoint, una no get right for take part na the registration exercise where we they conduct.
I tell you.
Very important discussion.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. You know,
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It say the ITGC for get 2 teams of 5. 2 teams of
Yeah, it's a shame. Same for the, you know, Ibrahim. One thing we honorable just say, and we kind of like catch me attention. Now we say, like even though the chairman the way honorable John, but I mean lost reception.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, honorable. Come on in. Sorry.
Yes, they say the ITGC forget 2 teams of 5 now each of the districts them of the 16 districts now the country. Where now party faithfuls them. Now them for do the membership registration for 20 days and then go continue later after the lower level. He say the ITGC for advice on the way forward, how we for go about them. But he say for each district, we they get 10 members then they 2 teams. And the teams then now 5 people they did it. When now then they do the registration then now all the districts then. Then he say the timetable for match with the one where the court set for the lower level elections. So that we go don't do the registrations then. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Will they get you? Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, now call and the kind sign.
Hey, will not be idea for sale number.
Then the yeah.
Come with.
No, we just manage to.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Then people actually also say for the membership spread of this registration, He said the team, the 5-man team will the pick. He said it will be reflective of the membership spread now the ITGC as close as possible. He said therefore, the team them will comprise the 2 different membership nominated now the fraction, headed by the chairman and headed by the party. So he said the chairman, he own team for nominate 2 people them among the 5. Then the fraction will me they represent inside the 21-man committee for nominate 3 people them inside the 5. So in the Alfred Peter Conte, when are the chairman, they get 2 people them. Then me, when are the secretary, they get 3 people them on behalf of the other man the way they represent the APC party. So now then they make up the 5-man them where they go to the various districts for go conduct the registration. Then it says for promote transparency and orderliness during the course of the exercise. It said the team then for work together in unity for conduct the registration. It said then for get a fixed designation, a fixed area in the district, or then for room all together. It said but then they now we they determine them. It said whichever 2 model with the ITGC choose for take. Now in the ITGC for take, whether then they roam or whether then they get fixed side them, now the district where then they do the registration.
This now other confusion open back 2 versus 3. Now the same thing, 12 versus 9. 30 they will get the confusion. Sorry, carry on, Honorable.
It say but the registration team them will not they split them further into further units. Meaning will not they say out of the 5, let 1 go so let 2 no. The 5 not they be split into further. We did it together as 1. He said also for avoid controversy. He said the chairman and the secretary, they also they agree on a number of empty cards them where we design. Where we sign the number of empty cards them, now they will they distribute to the various team them where they are the district. Like for example, if we say now we sign 1,000 empty cards. The chairman they sign them, me they sign them. They will they share them by the district them. Say out of this 1,000, let's also amount go to this district. Let's also amount go to this district. Let's also amount go to this district. So the people and the 5 people they were then at the district. Now the signed card from me and the chairman. Now and then they all for make sure say they register the members they were then at the district. Then it say then for account for the signed card them where then they issue out. Meaning if you issue out any number of signed card for account for them, so that they not go misplace the card or they not go give other people them the card. It say also the ITGC for determine the period. Each person where they can register for pay subscription for. Only one then we one can register. Now we for determine for how long them for pay.
If we say them for pay. Another quick question. Out of these 5 members them where they go, where they roam, say that they go to different areas them at a certain time. What if Alfred Peter Conte in 2 man and decide not for appear? Like what they normally can they do when like you want get meeting? What in the PPIC say about that? Did they mention that?
No, one thing, if we don't agree say the registration for go ahead, and we don't choose the locations the way the registration for go ahead,
yeah,
nothing enough for stop them.
Yeah, but if in 2 members they not appear, if in 2 representatives they not appear, then una will begin the issue card them.
Yes, once the ITGC don't agree, say we for go ahead with the registration. Decision of the ITGC, now simple majority now in the determiner. So if na a meeting we don't agree, say this registration for go ahead, we don't give the card to them. Elect person go, person no go, the registration they go ahead.
But Honorable, sorry, I don't want to stay on this point, But yes, you said the decision of the ITGC is supposed to be simple majority. But you just mentioned something earlier where you say the chairman them way Alfred Peter Conte appoint, like they're not going to be part of the registration process. But in other words, you the try but we say the position still stand, but una not be the part of that process day. But yet still it don't stand. I mean, again, maybe we go come if we get time. I go ask you a question about why it take we 6 months for go back to Fisher for clarification. But you know, we don't see all that in the year before. Alfred Peter Conte don't take unanimous decisions in the past, even though the ruling say simple majority. But in decisions, they still be the stand.
Well, all the decisions that we don't take, we're not a simple majority. We not the ITGC, we never recognize the decisions then they.
But PPIC seem to have recognized it because now they tell we say Ion chairman they will appoint. No, part of the registration process, but it look like I say they are still chairman.
PPIC not recognize them. PPIC just won't say them chairman then they will don't appoint. They're not for me. They're not for put on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, they not recognize them.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yes, and also all registration fee and subscription where we they receive from the team then they pay and direct na the account. The one the way they come for car register na account then they pay. And the account, the chairman and me na signatory to the account.
So all them money,
so meaning
all them video they see, honorable, all them video we don't see.
Yes, sir.
Where the Canada can get 3 million, 1 million, 200 million. Where the money then they sign they go.
Which one? The one then for the
then video over the see for Peter Conte. People they can't get money and they can say hey, this one come America. Say they can
put on the account too.
Okay.
How they use how they not use them up to now we self not know it.
Alright, violation right there. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, honorable.
Then they say the education team they be guided by the nationality and the age of the person where one go register. And any evidence, if any evidence be, meaning if you want come for car register at the party, the team where the registration team they ask you for, whether you're a Sierra Leonean and waiting at your age. And for the one them when a membership of another political party, the one that way belong to another political party, in adherence, in compliance to Article 9A, 1 and 3 of the 2022 Party Constitution, no member of the registered team no go refuse for register any prospective registrant, anybody who want come for car register exclusively, but rather then go look at the suspicion that the register belong to one faction or against the other. Waiting and they try for say, if you then a other political party, you not get right for be registered na APC. So the one the way they conduct this election, this registration, for ensure say they exclude people the way they na other political party, they not for register them. Then you know go say you they deprive one faction, let no can register, then the other faction they register. No, people actually are against that. Now that make themselves get for monitor the registration process. It's a all member when then they register during this exercise, then go get the right for vote, and then go get the right for be voted for na the ward election. Pursuant to Article 36D and 55 of the 2020 Party Constitution. So meaning all you want them. Yes, sir.
This part where you come, so the new members the way they come, you know, say
Yes, sir.
for let you qualify for make them vote for you as a ward level, you for don't spend certain time at the party. So which one now when me come today, I come at the party today they can't vote for me for position at the ward level, honorable.
No, well, it's different. Again, that's what we be arguing. The Constitution say for any position where they contest for, if you don't take na the party, 1 year. If I don't be fully paid member of the party for 1 year. But in this case, waiting they happen now that the constitution also say for what? If I don't be fully registered and paid up for what? So if the constitution say for every position, if I don't fully register and paid up for 1 year, and the clause specifies it to what? If I don't only pay a register, so people actually say, well, because word in you is specified, the word you own states and clearly, we forgo by the word. So meaning if you pay and register, elect not for 1 year, you forget right for contest for the ward election, and you forget right for also vote now the ward election. But the part now that anybody will register and vote, will register during this period, you no get right for contest for the constituency election. Because for the constituency, for let you stand, if you don't at the party for 3 years. You no get right for stand for the district. You no get right for stand for the region. You no get right for stand for the national.
Okay.
If not during this term year, you paid up and register.
Okay.
So meaning now only the one them will get the old party membership card.
Existing
now they get for qualify.
Okay.
For stand for constituency, for district, for region, and for the national office.
And honorable, you know why that's very important? Now because then guys they want for capture the party from the lower level. So they want for bring their own people and come for begin capture those local level elections them. But because they no say no go favor them, we be say a lot of the people that were existing right now at the political party, they are still getting loyalties to the former executive and then see how the court, go ahead and take advantage of them. So they see them. So then guys they really no say this is against them. That is why they want for bring. But this is a good point where you raise, so you better let people know that. Andy. Go ahead.
Then also. PPRC say they get for monitor the whole exercise. They get for monitor the whole exercise, the registration. And PPRC say also the ITGC for conduct audit of the membership register of 63,000 members, where the outgone Secretary General been hand over to the ITGC. He said then for ensure say them prove say them people and they exist. Then are they registered and they exist, and then for also note say then they above the age of 18 years, then age them, then they above the age of 18 years. So they say also the ITGC for process all unprocessed membership application pending. Then one they will say them in don't pay, them in don't apply, but they're not given, they're not waiting. Say then you say we for do them before the lower level elections. Then he say after all, we don't do all the above. He said the ITGC for prepare a comprehensive membership register where they get the hard copy and the soft copy, and we they maintain and now at the party office, and we they avail unto the commission with copies. The commission will give them copies of them. And now therefore they in compliance with Article 10F of the Constitution we will use. At least 21 days before the commencement of the lower level elections. We for do them at least 21 days before the commencement of the lower level elections.
Okay. Then
he say also, in line with the findings and the objections of the outgoing executive members, where they serve as voting delegates in their conventions, in their respective conventions, he say, they're not for make the one them when have been the former executive members them now the constituency, they're not for votes now the constituency election. The one that when have been the former district executive members, they're not for vote now the district election. The one that when have been former regional executive members, they're not for vote now the regional election. Because either they mean they not be elect them now them position and they, or they don't overstay na the position. So in other words, if they try for toxic, only like for example, the constituency election, only the one that will win na the ward election, na then the stand, na the constituency election. So PPRC say, Lord, we pull landing. Then they also say the Young People Congress. He say we not for countenance them. Whether person gets card, he not get card. He say them for allow him, let it contest. Now the Young People's Congress. Then also PPRC reduced the flag bearer fee from 500 million. PPRC make an 30 million. The national chairman of the party from 100 million, PPRC make an 15 million. The deputy national chairman from 50 million, PPRC make an 5 million. The national secretary general from 50 million, PPRC make an 5 million. All other national offices then, the other national positions then, from 5 million, PPRC make an 500,000. The regional chairman then, from 2,500,000, PPRC make an 250,000. All the national deputy positions then, from 2,500,000, all note at the color, PPRC make an 250,000. Regional chairman, from 2,500,000, PPRC make an 250,000. All substantive regional executive positions then, from 1 million, PPRC make an 100,000. All deputy regional positions then, from 500,000, PPRC make an 50,000. National women's leader, from 5 million, PPRC make an 500,000. All substantive national women's congress position from 1 million, PPRC make an 100,000. All deputy national women's congress position from 500,000, PPRC make an 50,000. National veteran leader from 250 million, PPRC make an 250,000. All other substantive national veteran position, PPRC make an from 500,000, they make an 50,000. All deputy veteran position from 250,000, PPRC make an 25,000. National young leader from 5 million, PPRC make an 500,000. All other substantive national young congress position from 1 million, PPRC make an 100,000. All deputy national young congress position from 500,000, PPRC make an 50,000. District chairman, and for the diaspora, the branch chairman then from 3 million, PPRC make an 300,000. So if you want to be district chairman, now 300,000. All other district and branch executive positions then. First, now be 1 million, but PPRC make a 100,000. All deputy district branch executive positions then. Now be 500,000, but PPRC say no, now 50,000 now. Constituency chairman then, and chapter chairman then. First now be 500,000, but PPRC say let be 50,000. All other constituency positions and chapter positions then. Now be 200,000, but PPRC say let be 20,000. All ward executive, ward chairman then now be 100,000, but PPRC say let be 10,000. All other ward executive position now be 50,000, but PPRC say let be 5,000.
You know,
and they say also, yes.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the involvement of PPRC in the APC as a political party, it's humongous. But they go no more. Go ahead, Honorable. Continue.
The arguments where PPRC give, especially for the flag bearer, they say NEC they propose for let them make the flag bearer 36 million leos. So if NEC they do 36 million leos, not to APC they can do 1,500. If they below, waiting NEC they do. So now that make it suggest 30 million leos.
Gotcha.
There is also consistent with the for let you get right for vote and be voted for now the ward election. He said that for pull that 1 year closely, if for commodity, he say enough for the. He say and because the quantum and non-refund the fees the way that they pay the candidature fee, they're not refundable. He say then go only pay them after they don't approve the candidate, they say they qualify. So meaning if you want to go stand for constituency executive position, you know for pay it until the ITGC don't say yes, you qualify for a stand before you go pay. Because the money they non-refundable. Then he say also the one they waiting for apply them for pay a non-refundable fee for the processing of the application. He say then for ensure say them fees then they not be high. They not be 40% of them for be they not for pass 40% of the candidature fee. Because we get for put fees then for them people and they say not for be 40% of their candidature fee. Then he said the ITGC for submit a clean up copy of the rules to the commission after they don't input the directive, not later than 10 days from the date bearing. That is from the time when they give you. Yes. Yes, it works.
Why not? Honorable, quick one. Honorable, you reach one side where they say for the Young People's Congress, you don't need for let you get membership before you qualify for let you be a member of the Young People's Congress. Just adjust the idea which you talk about that. And then secondly, they talk about this candidature fee for let them process your documents. Then they already pay 5,000 euros. How much then go pay for process their documents? Because
enough will be more than 40%. Enough will be more than 40% of that 5,000.
So
and the 40%,
1,000 euros for process the document.
No, the 40% of the 5,000 are 2,000.
2,000 euros.
Yes.
So go ahead, sir.
Yes. Then also he said the ITGC for submit the rule layer who don't do all waiting and tell who don't clean up, who don't pull waiting and sell for pull we for submit in 10 days time. And PPIC say not later than 10 days time. And PPIC say from the time where they receive the rules they are from the ITGC, the commission they publish at the Gazette time. And when they Gazette time, it become law in 14 days time after the publication. Pursuant to section 24 2B of the PPIC Act. So then they become law after that day. So basically, if I can explain all waiting the PPIC say and waiting happen at the PPIC relating to the objections and the rule, now this I get for say to owner. I don't know if I get other questions.
Comrade Kashi, I don't spend about 20 minutes like I had just for, not to interrupt the process and everything.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable, because, you don't spend over like 1 hour and 17 minutes on this discussion. Honestly, you don't want to end this discussion.
Thank you.
However, I know this will serve in a very clear mind to people who have been listening, mix up extremely way, boom, talk around, they follow the thing, then the social media. However, I want to mix up the party. We as party people, we become worrisome, not just for APC, because the problem that's alone today is bigger than APC and SLPP. If we pause in support SLPP in any way for letting them about again, meaning not like Salon. So for that, you don't come to the as the secretary for the interim committee, make some of the records straight. I think say people will listen. When I listen this year, I want to understand. I'm not to listen no more. I want to understand exactly what the PPIC ruling, the rules them, and every the way the secretary don't talk, because we know say any political party, the secretary na get the party, no see na the primo, but na they communicate to the members them. So when I be whole members will be say, women say membership not qualify, give some of who go court again, say well, let them tell me who membership dey. When I say membership dey, Peter come to me when I call for me, I don't call and say, they still stand and membership still stand.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
And also, just a very critical point. Again, this goes back to one side where you mentioned where they say where Alfred Peter Conte, they say the executive, the whole executive, not for votes, not for, it's just basically the constitution itself of the land taking away anybody in right for vote without somebody went into felonious conduct. You know, you don't commit no crime, you don't to jail and sentence, and so where you don't get a felony record like this part of the world. Yes, so salon self, you get felony record, they can take you away from the voter register. For let anybody even think of that way, they say they can go and just without a court law, without a court order, for things say they're able for say this person not for vote in any country. That alone in itself, it is a human rights violations.
Even sentence somebody, you get right for vote. Sometimes they go say you don't get for letting to vote for you, but for letting you vote, you get it right.
No,
you
well,
will not be voted for.
No.
You get right for vote.
Now, comrade, I'm generalizing itself because you know other parts of the world, if you get felony, you can American when they convict you of harm, you don't even for vote again until if they for appeal that case, they back they restore your rights through the court system, right? That's all I'm saying. But I'm just saying, you know, on the tenet of itself, just on the basis of itself, or anybody get that feel say he able for open more and tell post. You know, they can't say if me na President Kuruma to go and contest the chairman back of the APC. I swear to God, for the future no more. I go back there where I don't want to again, but I go back and contest the chairman. I take the party back. I do what I want for do time. Accordingly, let for sure that guy they are no more for city. No get no place at that political party. This is FTI to the highest order. This is why this thing bother me. You know, but anyways, Kashi. Yeah, small analysis, people's power. I go stand outside and it rain small. I'll give you like 5 minutes to allow just waiting before I go inside. I don't get no interruption. I don't almost late today, but anyway, it's okay.
Just a quick one. You see, I think the problem where I get with all of this thing with the PPRC, the court ruling, like what did I say earlier? You know, for 6 months, Fisher don't do a ruling about the APC party. It is only now that, you know, like the APC find them necessary for go to Fisher for clarification. Again, my worry, Nayari stays. PPRC don't pass this ruling, and then, like, you know, Honorable be tell me about the rules about gazetting and all these things, and they, like, for still now the 30 days, people are going to again try to overcome with issues them about this whole issue ruling about the PPRC. And if they come with this whole thing, and then like after the 30 days, PPRC is going to come back to them and ask them question for me to correct things. For still all of these things. The process of like them.
You remember what Fatima? Remember what Fatima Biose might have gone opposed? That now the system because 30 days by the try you put 30 out of the 253 years.
30 days thing, like, you know, how many more 30 days we've got? 7, 8 more 30 days? How many 30 days like the APC or the factions within the APC are going to consume? So these are some of the questions. And Ibrahim, let me say now, we listened to Boomne, like yesterday, when they talk about, like, I'll say, the membership issues, is that they get issues there. And we Honorable Abdul Kargbo come back and tell we say, now this is your understanding, maybe Boomne don't read the ruling, and Boomne is a lawyer, I believe. So with all of these things, why then they don't go to PPRC, may they clarify them now that we see. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you. And let me say, misunderstanding and Alfred Peter Conte back the couch in your story. So why can't you guys go to PPRC now? So we don't have to kind of like wait until 3 months and then we say we'll go back to PPRC for clarification. These are some of the gray areas there. Yeah.
Interestingly, we no need for go to PPRC again on the rules, because we all meeting with PPRC, you said they explain everything to we. Not to say people don't understand them. Now,
so why is it that Boomne and the chairman seem to contradict? They contradict what the ruling say.
Now, deliberate attempt. I think
that's it for me, Ibrahim, Comrade and People's Power. Thank you, Honorable.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, guys. Matter of fact, we'll continue this conversation tomorrow, and we'll stop. So, no, so we'll continue tomorrow. Honorable, thank you.
I think there is still more because Honorable just tell we in your side, and I think we need for
Honorable for bring you back tomorrow. For bring you back tomorrow, let we aim for breakdown and all of these points. Yeah. Okay.
Because why people need to understand, because the time that they remorse is not one time for wash, because for any information is important. Because for anything they talk, they pull in the tick. But if they can, you know, they meet somebody, one of the most respected somebody, who will listen to it and they feel their confidence and they know exactly what they can stand. So we give a question for the can give better explanation.
No problem.
Okay. All right, guys. Okay.